Hi, my name is Kevin Lahiff and I'm the sales manager here at Kaufman Container. We want to thank you for taking the time today to watch our webinar on shrink sleeve labeling. We hope that today's webinar is educational and informative. For today's webinar, here are the topics that we will be covering. Kaufman Container offers 4 primary modes of decoration: screen printing, hot stamping, shrink sleeve labeling, and pressure sensitive labeling. So what is shrink sleeve labeling? Shrink sleeve labeling allows for a full color 360-degree printed label to be applied to a bottle or container, which causes the label to conform to its shape. Kaufman Container has 2 steam tunnels and 1 radiant heat tunnel. Our equipment allows for bottle orientation, label pinholes, hand application or machine application, and automatic clear label application. So what are some of the differences between steam and radiant heat tunnels? Steam tunnels are considered to be the most universally used option in the packaging industry. The versatility of steam allows for different shapes, materials, and label fill to easily run through the tunnel. Radiant heat is generally more harsh on packaging, as it does not direct the heat in a specific area on a container like steam can. So what are the differences between hand-applied and auto-fed labels? Labels can come in 2 forms: pre-cut or on a roll. If a pre-cut label is needed, they will be hand-applied prior to running through a tunnel. This is generally acceptable for smaller runs where the tooling cost outweighs the total job cost. Labels that are run on a roll have a specific piece of tooling that allows for the labels to be automatically applied to the bottle. So, what are the 2 most popular shrink sleeve materials? PETG is known to be a more durable and scuff-resistant material when compared to OPS. It also has a larger shrink percentage compared to OPS and can be made in high shrink or low vertical shrink versions. OPS is a softer material with a lower cost. You will most likely find it used with squeezable packaging that does not require a high vertical shrink. So can a customer supply the labels, or does Kaufman Container? Both are viable options. Kaufman Container works with a number of approved label suppliers. In many cases, we work alongside our customers to help find the right supplier. We can manage that entire process and procure labels for our customers. Should a customer choose to provide labels to Kaufman, all we ask is that we have the samples to run prior to a production order. Now, let's take a look at our in-house shrink sleeve machines. This video shows from start to finish how a typical container runs through our line. First, the bottle is either hand-fed or auto-fed onto the belt. Once on the line, a sensor reads and cuts the label at the appropriate spot. Once the label is dropped onto the bottle, the brushes help to ensure it is all the way to the base of the bottle. The bottle then enters the steam tunnel, which is set custom for each production run. Once the bottle finishes their time in the tunnel, they continue down the belt and pass through the radiant tunnel to allow for extra drying. Once finished, the bottles are packed out as specified by the customer. So let's take a look at some examples of shrink sleeved bottles. Here we show 3 different bottles that have been shrink sleeve labeled. With 360 degrees of graphics and artwork, which covers the entire length of the bottle, these containers are ideal for this method of decoration. Had these bottles been pressure sensitive labeled or screen printed, you would lose a large amount of the graphics shown. You would also be required to run multiple custom color bottles to try and achieve the same look. With shrink sleeve labeling, you can produce 1 bottle that can be used for multiple SKUs. Many customers choose this method because of the cost savings found when running larger pools of one specified bottle. Here are some of the pros and cons of shrink sleeve labeling. Shrink sleeves provide a full 360-degree label to maximize your graphics. They can also improve your supply chain efficiency by buying 1 bottle to be divided into multiple SKUs. Some cons are the high upfront costs associated with automating your run if you do not have large enough quantities. And lastly, some high-end brands do not find shrink sleeve labeling a viable option as compared to screen printing and hot stamping. Here are the important factors to consider for shrink sleeve projects. Common shrink sleeve terms to know. Bullet, tooling used to apply the seamed flat labels. Puck, which is used when bottles need to be inverted neck down to properly shrink. Feed screws. These are used to help orient packaging down the line. Grid material. This is the first step to help identify how the label shrinks onto the bottle. This process helps with designing artwork for distortions. Lay flat. This is the width of the flat seamed shrink sleeve. Cut length. This is the total height of the shrink sleeve. We always strive to provide additional capabilities for our customers. Our graphic design team, quality group, screen room, and warehouse and logistics team help to ensure our customers always get that one more thing. Well, I hope you found today's webinar informative. Should you have any questions or projects for our team, please visit our website or reach out to us by visiting our social media platforms. Thank you.